Hello everyone, I'm Bill Hammond and I actually paid to see this. You know, I've got a lot of pet peeves, including the phrase pet peeve. It's just always sounded weird to me. Anywho, one of the biggest ones is when the Christmas season intrudes upon the rest of the year. I've got nothing against the holiday, in fact it's my personal favorite, there's so many great memories attached to it. I just wanted to stay in its own lane and its own month, and for businesses to stop jumping the gun by several months in attempts to sell people crap that they don't need. We wouldn't stand for St. Patrick's Day starting in September or Halloween starting up in April, yet somehow we allow this. I don't get it. So for this month's edition of the worst trailer in the world, it only seemed appropriate to feature 2 previews for Christmas movies coming out too early, both of which run the spectrum of everything wrong with the most wonderful time of the year. Guess what, people? This is not a drill, and this is not December. Time to get my Grinch on. You couldn't even be bothered to create convincing fake snow. Instead, it appears we're going with a Windows 95 screensaver. Cool.
Don't miss out. The annual Christmas pageant tickets are on sale now.
They're advertising it on TV now?
You're advertising a sanctimonious propaganda movie on TV, the internet, and theater, so where do you get off?
The pageant is an especially big deal this year. It's the 75th anniversary.
You know what else had a memorable 75th anniversary? The Hunger Games. Why don't we do that instead?
You did what?
Oh no. Did somebody die?
Well, Jesus. Sort of the point of the whole religion, I think.
It's worse than that, son.
It's going to be the best Christmas pageant ever.
Okay, I'm sorry. I love Judy Greer. I absolutely adore her. And that's mostly because she's able to play some of the best bonkers characters you can think of. So forgive me if I have a lot of trouble buying this sentiment from Cheryl freaking Tunt.
Now.
Oh no, kids throwing snowballs! Whatever shall we do? Apart from tolerate it like we have for literally hundreds of years and treat it like a treasured moment of childhood. Won't someone please think of the children?
The Hermits are absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world.
I'm pretty sure the Menendez brothers got him beat. You know, maybe Lizzie Borden, Children of the Corn. I think there's a long list.
What'd they do now, dear? Break another window?
Set something on fire?
The filmmakers do know that if they just replace the word something with Planned Parenthood, they'd be describing their own target audience, right?
Even worse. We're gonna be in your Bible play.
Herdman's in church.
That's right, folks. The central conflict of this soon-to-be timeless classic is at-risk kids trying to go to church. You know what we call that? Relatable.
We take the pageant seriously. It's about community and tradition.
What do you all suggest, that I kick the Herdmans out of the church?
Yes.
Yeah, no, sorry. You want to bring up tradition in any form of pageantry, there's only one place you can go. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree.
I want to be Mary, and Ralph wants to be Joe.
And the angel of the Lord?
Ow!
Oh my god, can someone just please shout O'Doyle rules so we can be done with this already?
The Herdmen shouldn't be here.
They're a poor influence.
As opposed to Kingdom Story Company, which is definitely a positive influence that totally doesn't exist solely for profit by exploiting faith.
You don't look like any Mary I've seen before.
Did she just question this prepubescent child's virginity?
Don't touch him! I'm happy to take over the part at any time.
Okay, I am getting some seriously creepy vibes from this kid. Where's Wednesday Addams when you need her?
I'll be the victim all your life. I'm going to be an actress.
Got the biggest hand for you guys. Is your mom home?
Not when the sun's up.
Really? That's how we're gonna buy back the sentimentality. By having Pete Holmes be the one person in town to rise above performative piety, while at the same time implying that the kid's mom is a whore. You wonder why people aren't just rushing to the pews every Sunday. Good Lord.
Jesus was born for the Herdmans as much as he was for us. We'll be missing the whole point of the story if we turn them away.
And that's why we're gonna pretend to care for one day and then go back to shunning them for the other 364.
Mother Mary puffing on a cigar, the shepherds clobbering each other with their hooks. $5 say they burned down the manger.
Why is Pete Holmes being sarcastic here? This version of the pageant would actually be entertaining. And probably historically accurate. Whatever, let's just move on before my brain explodes. Here comes movie 2.
$500.
Let's go heavy. Yeah, got it. Looking strong, Nick.
Ah yes, the one thing Christmas was truly missing. A jacked Santa Claus.
Evening, ladies. What are you so excited about? Of course, your boyfriend's here. Okay.
Okay, we're only 20 seconds in, and this is already stupid beyond words. Does The Rock train Santa or the reindeer? How does one train said reindeer? What excitement are they showing by just standing there? God, I can already feel brain cells dying.
Reach!
Someone took Nick.
What? How? He's at the North Pole, a place with no actual landmass. How did anybody infiltrate this? How did Santa get kidnapped when we just went to painful lengths to show how buff he is? What the hell is going on here? And how is the CGI even worse than Rampage?
I'm bringing in Jack O'Malley.
He's probably the best tracker in the world.
Alright, setting aside the sheer idiocy on display here, why do we have this trope in movies where every person hired for some weird task is the greatest blank in the world? Why can't it just be someone that somebody else knows who happens to be good at stuff? Why do they always have to be so elite and yet somehow so easily accessible to the very people who want to find them? Jesus, was the script written by ChatGPT?
The guy's a legend.
You call him a legend after he literally steals candy from a baby. Either the bar has been extremely lowered on what's considered legendary, or the editing of this preview is really, really awful. I'm betting on both.
What am I doing here?
More importantly, how do you not have a concussion? They flipped the crate before they let you out, and your chair isn't bolted to the board, so surely you must have been jostled around something furious.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
Sorry, Cap, no matter how many times you say it, it won't get any less stupid.
Garcia? NL4. Are you telling me this clown is a level 4 naughty lister?
So, got a polar bear, walking on 2 legs, wearing a uniform that says elf on it. And his name is Garcia. Because whenever you think of the North Pole, your natural inclination is Hispanic. And he's scoffing at the idea of a level 4 naughty lister. Do I have all that right? Excuse me for 1 second. Thanks for that. I feel better.
A level 4 naughty lister?
Oh, is that funny?
Only in the way that stage 4 colon cancer is funny.
Grab a car. For what?
In case you had any illusions that Christmas was about more than commercialism, here's a literal scene where the actors buy product placement toys.
You don't have a Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works.
Well then how does it work? You just took a toy made of plastic and aluminum and turned it into a functioning car with an engine. Is it really that big of a stretch to think that a doll could be turned into a living human with reproductive organs? Or is this some kind of weird Marvel DC infighting where Black Adam doesn't want Johnny Storm moving in on the franchise? Explain it to me.
There is much in here that is not of the natural world.
Yeah, it's called CGI. Durr!
They're playing crayfish slop.
Characters in the movie reenact what should have happened in the studio office the day this was pitched.
We need to prepare for the possibility of no Christmas.
Oh my god, this is so infuriating. Christmas exists without presents, assholes! Dr. Seuss did a whole thing about it that Universal ruined twice. Swole Santa or not, December 25th will still occur. What are we doing here?
There's worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus.
Like spending the rest of your life in a mental institution because you convinced yourself that you were trying to save Santa Claus and you rightfully got committed.
We got snowmen!
Snowmen that somehow don't melt while out on a tropical beach. Okay, excuse me again.
That was so disturbing.
You're telling me. Have you ever tried to get sand out of there? I mean, it's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. And there you have it, the worst trailers in the world for this month. Both of these movies exemplify my frustrations with the holiday season, particularly its continued occupation of November and earlier months, which wouldn't be so bad if the flicks weren't so transparently terrible. On the one hand, you have Red 1, which is pure commercialization and outright stupidity, and on the other you have The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, which is fake religious nonsense that pretends to be holier than thou about tradition, when the actual tradition in this country is to not start things until after Thanksgiving. Wait your turn! On the whole, the Pageant movie is probably worse because it flat out lies about its motivations. These films are coming out a week apart, but that wasn't always the case. Originally, they were both set to debut on the 15th, but Kingdom Story Company, you know, the ones who are all about Jesus, they moved the Pageant up a week so that it wouldn't have to compete with another Christmas movie at the box office. So for whatever BS they spout about their Christian message, it all still comes down to bottom line profits. How much money can they milk out of you for being gullible? Because believe me, they're not donating the ticket sales to homeless shelters or soup kitchens, they're pocketing it. But they certainly want you to feel like this movie is some act of charity, so that it can count as your good deed for the season. In the end, these films have as much to do with the spirit of Christmas as the South Park short of the same name. And if you're gonna toss this crap down our chimney, at least have the decency to wait until the proper month on the calendar. Oy. That's all for now, folks. Keep it locked on the blog, actuallypaid.com, for more features and reviews. Please consider liking and subscribing if you made it this far and don't want to see me crucified. And as always, if you have any suggestions for an upcoming preview to get the worst trailer treatment, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, everyone, I'm Bill Hammond. I actually paid to see this, and eat some damn turkey. Yada-day-day, 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 yada-day-day. Did she just question this pew 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 pew? Is it really that big of a stretch to think a doll could be turned into a living human with reproductive organs? Remember to breathe. Breathe.
This is the BTRP Media Network.